The Merab rematch with Sugar Sean, that's an interesting fight. Very interesting fight. I do not know how Sugar Sean keeps that guy off of him. He's a fucking animal. That guy's superhuman.
Joe Rogan torched Sean O'Malley's chances at UFC 316, calling Merab Dvalishvili a superhuman who'll break him again.
There's a lot of these fighters that take these because it's a lot of money and it's a big event and they don't want to cancel and they got a significant injury. Yeah. Sean could not wrestle. Imagine not being able to wrestle in camp and you got to go against Merab, who's going to get you on the ground. He's a fucking animal. That guy's superhuman.
UFC commentator Joe Rogan didn't hold back when discussing the upcoming UFC 316 main event between Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili. During a recent episode of his podcast, Rogan made waves by calling Merab superhuman and openly doubting O'Malley's chances, even after all the changes the former champ has made. Despite praising O'Malley's recent dedication and training adjustments, Rogan suggested that it might not be enough to stop the relentless Georgian machine.
That's an interesting fight. Very interesting fight. I do not know how Sugar Sean keeps that guy off of him, but I do like what he's been doing. Got off social media, got his hip fixed, which was a big problem. There's a lot of these fighters that take these fights because it's a lot of money and it's a big event and they don't want to cancel and they got a significant injury. Yeah. Sean could not wrestle. Imagine not being able to wrestle in camp and you got to go face Merab,
who's going to get you on the ground.
He's a fucking animal. That guy's superhuman. There's no one like him. The cardio that guy has is off the charts. It's just off the charts. I've never seen anything like it. He doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
This fight, scheduled for June 7th in Newark, New Jersey, will be the second meeting between O'Malley and Dvalishvili. Their first clash happened at UFC 306 in Las Vegas, where O'Malley, then defending his bantamweight title for the second time, was dominated across 5 rounds. The bout ended in a clear unanimous decision win for Dvalishvili, who overwhelmed O'Malley with suffocating wrestling pressure and unmatched cardio. In the aftermath, O'Malley admitted that his wrestling defense in that fight was borderline embarrassing.
Yeah, of course. Assuming that happened. We won. Him hurt. That's it. 5th rounds. That stings. I felt like I got out strength. I just got beat. No excuses. Great fight week. Best weight cut. Felt good. I know I could beat him. I am undefeated in rematches. The rematch is official. Sugar Shane versus Merab 2 is happening, and I don't think people are going to be too happy about it.
Once we win, they will be pissed off, but it makes it that much more sweet. Merab, fight win streak, beat all these former champions. The dude is the best bantamweight ever. If you look at his resume, he's a serious problem.
Last time I fought the best bantamweight in the world, or the best bantamweight at the time, we got the job done. Feeling good. So super excited to be able to go out there, take care of business. Today, I grappled more. Just this morning practice that I had, I grappled more today than I grappled last fight camp for Merab.
Wow.
That last camp was not a great camp. It was great for what I was able to do. And I'm not obviously going to, in the lead up to those fights, be like, oh, I haven't been able to train very hard. I know I could wrestle better than I shown in that last fight. That was, borderline embarrassing what I was what I was able to do again. Merab's tough. Merab's good. Merab's probably considered the greatest bantamweight of all time as of right now. So I'm going to go out there, knock him out. What does that make me?
What do you say to the people who say you don't deserve this?
Don't watch. Saturday night, June 7th, fucking watch your reality TV show. Don't watch the fight.
Following the loss, O'Malley seemingly vanished from the spotlight. He took time to fix a nagging hip injury, stepped away from marijuana, and ditched social media entirely. His focus shifted to rehab, training, and strategic preparation for another run at the belt. According to Rogan, those changes were a good move. Still, the seasoned commentator isn't convinced they'll be enough to solve the puzzle that is Merab Dvalishvili.
Feeling good, so super excited to be able to go out there, take care of business. I feel like a lot of things I've made change-wise in my life are going to attribute to my performance. For example, not being on social media. I decided 2025, I'm done with social media. Garrett and Sono are just running all my socials. I don't get on social media, and I feel like that's changed my life. It's only been January, February, March. It's been 3 months, but I literally feel like it's changed my life, and I feel like that's gonna play a role in my performance. I think all those little things like that, making decisions like that, sacrifices, if you will. I don't think it's a sacrifice, but in a sense, it's like giving up something. I feel like that is going to help with performing in the future.
Rogan emphasized that O'Malley's physical setbacks going into the first fight played a significant role in the one-sided outcome. O'Malley was unable to wrestle during training camp due to his injury, and being thrust into a fight against an elite grappler like Merab without that crucial preparation left him virtually defenseless. Rogan marveled at Merab's relentless pressure, highlighting his freakish cardio and the way he overwhelms his opponents without ever slowing down.
Full gas, no breaks, the entire fight. It's just smothering.
Yeah.
Overwhelming people. Even Nurmagomedov, who's also an animal.
Yeah.
He couldn't keep him off of him.
I know.
To further support his point, Rogan referenced how Merab not only beat, but smothered even Umar Nurmagomedov, another elite fighter with high-level grappling. The fact that someone as skilled as Nurmagomedov couldn't find an answer for Merab's pace made Rogan double down on his view that O'Malley may be facing an impossible task.
The Merab rematch with Sugar Sean, that's an interesting fight. A very interesting fight. I do not know how Sugar Sean keeps that guy off of him, but I do like what he's been doing. Got off social media, stopped smoking weed, just dialed the in. Got his hip fixed, which was a big problem. There's a lot of these fighters that take these fights because it's a lot of money and it's a big event and they don't want to cancel and they got a significant injury. Yeah. Sean could not wrestle. Imagine not being able to wrestle in camp and you got to go against Merab,
Who's going to get you on the ground?
He's a animal. That guy's superhuman. There's no one like him. The cardio that guy has is off the charts.
In one anecdote, Rogan recalled UFC legend Daniel Cormier visiting Merab the day after his title win over O'Malley. Expecting a fighter to be resting, Cormier was stunned to find Merab already out running. For Rogan, it cemented the notion that Merab is not just disciplined, but different. A freak athlete with a near maniacal drive. That, in Rogan's eyes, is what separates him from the rest.
And then when DC went to visit him on Sunday, the day after the fight, he was out running.
What?
Yep. DC went to his house to congratulate him, and he's like, and DC made a video of it because he showed a video of Merab's gym. He's got this gym in his garage, pretty dope. And he's like, this motherfucker's out running. He just won the world title. And the next day he's running. He's an animal, man. He's a fucking animal.
And yet, O'Malley hasn't given up. If anything, he's leaned in harder than ever. Since his defeat, he's brought in some of the sport's top minds to help round out his game. Most notably, he's been working with Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson and Israel Adesanya. Training alongside fighters of that caliber, O'Malley has been sharpening tools that might help him avoid being steamrolled a second time.
But the vlog just dropped on Sean's page. You gotta go check it out, of when Izzy came to town to train. Got to do a lot of stuff with him. And Izzy, I didn't really know what to expect with Izzy. I've seen him a couple times fight weeks and like just saw him, but you never know. What people are dealing with fight weeks. They're cutting weight. I didn't really know about him, but he came and hang out with us, and it was crazy just how humble the dude was. How humble he was and how just nice of a dude he was. And like, you think he'd be kind of maybe bitter. He's coming off 3 losses. He may be bitter or just in a bad mood, but he just wasn't. He just seemed so at peace.
He didn't seem like he's coming off 3 losses.
Is that the first time you guys had any work to the middle?
Yeah, that was the first time. Like you said, we hung out with him backstage a few times. But
He's always had the temperament. He's always been the kind of guy, or did the couple losses kind of humble him? That's what he's always been.
I don't know, but I would imagine he's kind of just been like that. But I don't know.
Yeah, he seems like just a good dude.
The Merab rematch with Sugar Sean, that's an interesting fight. A very interesting fight. I do not know how Sugar Sean keeps that guy off of him, but I do like what he's been doing. Got off social media, stopped smoking weed, just dialed the in. Got his hip fixed, which was a big problem. There's a lot of these fighters that take these fights because it's a lot of money and it's a big event and they don't want to cancel and they got a significant injury. Yeah. Sean could not wrestle. Imagine not being able to wrestle in camp and you got to go against Merab.
Who's going to get you on the ground?
He's a animal. That guy's superhuman. There's no one like him. The cardio that guy has is off
the charts. Sean Merab. Who do you have with that one?
I'd go off with Duran.
I worry that O'Malley could pull it off this time.
Yeah.
But I think Merab. I think there's an arrogance to O'Malley's stand-up where he hasn't been mauled on the ground, so it's not going to happen to him. But now he'll be operating the stand-up of the fight, not under this impression that Aljo couldn't take me down.
Yeah. Oh no.
I've got a great takedown defense.
Yeah.
He will be operating under the condition that, damn, he ragdolled me last time. So there will be more second guessing on the feet from O'Malley.
His coach, Tim Welch, spoke about their experience training with Johnson, noting the former flyweight champ's incredible clinch game and how hard it was to even grab him without being punished. Johnson's ability to draw opponents in and fire off explosive knees was particularly eye-opening. O'Malley admitted that seeing Johnson's athleticism up close made it clear why he's considered one of the all-time greats. That kind of insight is invaluable for a striker like O'Malley, who may need every trick in the book to fend off Merab's grappling and create space.
The other day, he popped in. Tuesday, came in and trained in the gi with us, which was really cool. A bunch of my students got to train with him. I got to train with him. On YouTube next week, we'll do some commentated of rolls of us rolling, so be an eye out for that. That'll be cool. And then I guess supposedly he's got an Airbnb about 3 minutes from here. So
No, I asked him about that. He's ordered. He's got one.
Oh, okay.
Not
So
his.
the place he was
He
staying.
has one in like Scottsdale-ish area, like
Oh, okay.
one that he rents out. But he stayed here. No, that wasn't his.
3 minutes away, which is
Is he still here?
He left.
Yeah, he left. But then yesterday we got to get a session in with him. Suge and him got to grapple a little bit. And it was cool, just Mighty Mouse in person. I figured he'd be just fast, strong, and explosive. But he really is just a little ball of explosive,ness.
He really is.
And still, he's like been retired, still just chizzed out of his mind. Yep. Fucking great cardio. Comes in, and then a guy like that, who's done so much in MMA, one of the best to ever do it, thrown on the gi. Where any other sport in MMA, like no one's gonna fuck him up. Finds where someone can fuck him up in the gi, with the gi on, and then goes into these gyms, no ego at all, rolls with the best guys. Like, he's just a badass for that.
Cool.
But the shadow hanging over this rematch isn't just about what O'Malley has or hasn't done. It's also about Merab and whether anything could possibly slow him down. A few weeks out from UFC 316, Merab revealed that he had injured his toe during training. He joked on social media about cutting it off entirely, brushing off concerns with his usual humor. Still, it sparked speculation. When asked about the toe injury, Merab downplayed it, stating that it's not a big deal and wouldn't affect his performance. He even pointed out that if something was seriously wrong, he wouldn't be laughing about it publicly. He emphasized that he still had 9 healthy toes and had no intention of pulling out. His coach, John Wood, echoed that sentiment, saying that Merab tends to exaggerate injuries for fun, and that the injury wasn't significant enough to impact the fight.
Why you break my toe, my friend?
That was you. You kicked me in the head, broke your toe. That's your fault.
Yesterday. Okay. I'm gonna cut it off.
It happened today.
This guy broke, yeah. This guy was witness.
That's good.
First of all, how is the toe?
First, thank you so much for having me here. Toe is good. Like I said, if something I can cut it off, but I don't need to cut it off. It's good. It's good. Don't bother me.
Doesn't bother you now. Merab, this is something that a very famous UFC fighter, and Conor McGregor, has pulled out of a fight with a similar injury to his pinky toe. What do you think about that? And how are you dealing with it? You wearing wrestling shoes all the time to move forward, or do you often wear wrestling shoes when you're training? What makes you different?
I mean, I don't want to comment about Conor McGregor's toe because I don't know exactly the pain and the situation, but my toe, I still have 9 other toes, and it was fine.
Wood explained that nearly every fighter goes into big fights with lingering injuries, and Merab is no exception. According to him, Merab has dealt with worse, broken ribs, back problems, and more, yet he still shows up and performs at an elite level. That mindset is what's made him a fan favorite and one of the division's most feared champions. Interestingly, Merab himself admitted that getting motivated for a second fight with O'Malley hasn't been easy. After dominating the first matchup so thoroughly, the idea of of doing it all again doesn't excite him. This will be his first professional rematch, and he acknowledged that it's tough to feel the same hunger. Still, he promised to bring more striking into this bout, possibly giving fans a more dynamic performance than the first.
What do you think Sean's going to do differently this time?
I think first time he was waiting for me too much, and I was measuring distance good, and every time we get close, I was able to take him down. Now I think he will attack more. Like he will hit me. He will more.
Be the aggressor.
Right, and then also, I think he has a success fifth round. Like he touched my body, like he got me one body kick, front kick, and maybe he will try more that. And I'm sure his cardio, he's like first time when we fought, he make mistakes, and I was better with him. Now he will make adjustments and he will fix that, and then now he knows what I'm good at. It's professional career. It's my first rematch, and to be honest, I already beat him, and still it's hard to get 100% motivated.
Corey Sandhagen, another top contender in the division, has kept a close eye on the matchup. He believes that if O'Malley pulls off the upset and wins the belt back, it opens the door for a showdown between them, a fight he's wanted for a long time. Sandhagen, who recently picked up an impressive win over Davison Figueiredo, questioned O'Malley's resume and claimed that he hasn't truly faced the division's elite consistently. Sandhagen pointed out that fighters like himself and Petr Yan have been in with the best for years, while O'Malley has had a smoother path. He argued that the real test for O'Malley begins when he has to consistently fight top-tier opponents.
I mean, you can make an argument for Yan too, just like how you can make an argument for me, but I mean, I really don't think that there's much of an argument. Jan's last 2 wins were guys that he won by decision, and I've finished both of those guys. So, I mean, and Jan's lost to both of them already. Merab and O'Malley.
Do you want that rematch?
Eventually I want the rematch, but I'd rather have the title shot next, Yeah. But yeah, I think that's how it's going to kind of play out, in my opinion. I think that they'll just be like, well, Umar just fought for the belt. Jan took a fight in July, and also, has been a little bit on a skid and lost to both of those guys. So I think I'm sitting in a good spot. I just gotta persuade him, and I did my best in my last fight. So
regardless of who wins at UFC 316, the bantamweight division is brimming with potential matchups. Sandhagen made it clear that if O'Malley does reclaim the title, he'd be first in line to prove who's really better. He didn't want to waste time arguing online about it. He wants to settle things inside the octagon. Back in O'Malley's camp, the mood is focused but optimistic. While the odds are stacked against him, his preparation has been thorough. From recovering physically and mentally to evolving technically by working with all-time greats, he's doing everything he can to right the wrongs of UFC 306. He seems more mature and more serious than ever before.
Dude, I am so excited for this fight. Sugar Shane versus Merab 2 is happening, and I don't think people are going to be too happy about it. My life has completely changed over the last year. Last time I fought him, I was 29. 30 now. I'm a grown man. I have hair on my chest now. I quit smoking weed too. I haven't gamed either. I quit gaming. Yeah, I also haven't yeehooed once this year. I hasn't felt this good since 2022. Gonna fight at my full potential. I know I'm gonna be a huge underdog. Everyone's gonna count me out, just like the Aljo fight. I don't want to jinx it, but dude, if I could just keep this pace up, how we've been able to train these last few weeks, all the way up into the fight, I'm going to be 70% better than I was in that first fight.
Meanwhile, Merab remains a puzzle few have come close to solving. His combination of pace, power, and mental toughness makes him one of the UFC's most daunting champions. Even with a minor injury, his track record suggests that he will show up ready to go. His win streak, now at 12, spans some of the division's toughest names, and he has yet to show signs of slowing down.
After I beat Umar, UFC asked me if I want to fight either April or
June in New Jersey. I say yes to June because two reasons. First reason, this way Sean has more time to recovery, and the second reason, all my teammates will be there and cheering for me and supporting me.
As the fight draws near, fans remain divided. On one hand, O'Malley's striking, movement, and newfound focus give him a chance, perhaps a small one, to rewrite the story. On the other hand, Merab's relentless style and proven durability have convinced many that this will be a repeat, not a revenge story. Joe Rogan's candid assessment may sting for O'Malley supporters, but it reflects the uphill battle that lies ahead. O'Malley may have reinvented himself in the lab, but he's still got to walk through fire. And that fire, according to Rogan and many others, is named Merab Dvalishvili.